Alright, that'll do. Gotta go some other way to find out how to put the water down. This is still hurting me. I wonder if there is supposed to be... Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. If there is a way to make it where you don't take ice damage in this place, if it's like, oh, if you went here first and got, like, the fire armor or whatever that stopped you from taking damage, first of all, I hate that. The game should have, like, when I walked into the dungeon, one of the party members should have been like, oh, it's way too cold. We should go find a way to combat the cold or something. To just give me some kind of indication, like, oh, hey, there's something I can do about this. I should go find it. Because it does really feel like it's a little ridiculous that, like, I'm still taking damage from these ice areas. Like, this is a really, really annoying dungeon. I do not like this dungeon. I wouldn't really mind the dungeon if it just didn't... If you didn't get a game over when you, if the ice couldn't give you a game over. If it just, like, stopped at 1 HP, I wouldn't really mind. But with it being able to game over you, I hate it. I've never played it, but my ex thought FF13 was an amazing game. Personally never played 13, but it's really controversial. Most people say not that good. Yeah, I thought that I had heard that 13 was, like, not well loved. But also, I know a lot of people didn't like, I bet that put down the water. Yeah, it sounds like water moving. I know a lot of people didn't like FF15 when it came out, and I loved FF15. I thought FF15 was a very fun game. Was it, like, the best game I had ever played? No, I don't even think it wouldn't even be in my top 10 games of all time. It might be in, like, top 30 or something? I don't know. I'd have to really sit down and think about that. I shouldn't say something like that without actually knowing. I played a lot of games. I don't really know, like... I don't really know, like, if top 30 is, like, oh, that's insane, given how many games you've played, or if that's, like, oh, yeah, that's, like, pretty good. But, my point is FF15 gets a lot of crap when it shouldn't. It was a fun game. Its story wasn't great. Its story was, like, not paced well. But, like, the characters and the gameplay were amazing. And I care about a game having a good story. But, like, I would rather a game have good characters than have good story. Obviously, it's much better when a game has both. But, like, you know, if you're only gonna get one, I would rather the characters be good. And I really liked the characters in 15. I can't step up here? Interesting. I'm glad we're out of ice death zone for a little bit. What's this button do? We'll never know. Did it lock that door behind me? Ooh, this looks interesting. What was the second thing you were gonna say? Oh no, was there a second thing I was gonna say? I don't remember, so I don't know what you're talking about. What was I talking about when I said there was a second thing? Dude, Beast is so good. Big problem with the FF13 or the sponge bosses? Ooh, that sounds like it could be annoying. Yeah, I don't have any plans to play 13. As of right now, when it comes to older Final Fantasy games, the only one I'm really interested in is FF10. And even then, like I said, I have so many other games I want to play. I've got so much stuff, like, going on. I got some pretty mittens. I just, don't have time. There are just other games that I'm more interested in playing at the moment. The item to combat cold damage, you said, first of all, bad design, but didn't say anything else. I don't remember what my other point was. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. I got too caught up in saying something else. This has been an insanely active stream so far. We're not even at the hour point, but we've so much chat interaction. It's hard to keep my train of thought. It's great though. I love chatting with you guys. It's really fun. It's also really good in a game like this where, like, I'm just trolling through a dungeon that I don't understand. I appreciate it. It's been great fun, all these discussions. But anyways, my point is that it's bad design. Like, if there is some way to stop this cold damage from happening, then the game should have given me some inclination to be like, hey, you should go find a thing for this. And then they also should have given me some idea of where to go get it. But this game was made back in 1994, so of course they weren't really into good game design back in those days. They were just kind of into, like, hey, let's get people to purchase and make sure that the game is frustrating enough that even though it could actually be like a game with a playtime of 10 hours, it takes them 30 hours to beat it. 15 should have been one game with all the DLC. If they came out with Royal Edition as the base it and built upon, it would have been Legendary. I never played the Royal Edition, so I don't really have any comments to say on that, on like what they added and etc, etc. The only thing I can say is that I played the day of release original version of Final Fantasy 15, and I thought it was a very good game. I thought it was a very enjoyable game, and I liked it. So, you know, is it a better game now with the DLC? I don't know, because I haven't done it, but I would assume so. I would hope the DLC would make it better, not worse. Do I think it needed DLC to be... Oh, did I turn off the ice? No, I didn't. Dang it, I really thought I turned off the ice there. No, I don't think it needed any changes to be a good game. It was still a good game. A perfect game? No, most definitely not. The pacing in Final Fantasy 15 is whack. Oh, it froze this. This is where I was earlier. Okay. The pacing of the story in Final Fantasy 15 is insane. But also the ending of Final Fantasy 15 is beautiful. Like, spoilers for Final Fantasy 15, that game came out in, what, 2016? It's been 6 years, and I played it on my channel. I can spoil it if I want. The ending of Final Fantasy 15, where you, like, go into the future where everyone's older and all that, and, like, Noctis, like, has his final moment talking with Ignis, Prompto, and Gladiolus, like, around the campfire, because, like, he knows he has to sacrifice himself to stop the apocalypse or whatever. It's been a long time since I played, okay? I don't remember exactly, but, like, the world was dying or something. Everything was dark. I don't remember. It's been 6 years. I only played the game back when it came out. But, like, that ending, like, the build-up of those 4 characters as friends throughout the game, with such great gameplay as well, in my personal opinion, and then it ending with them all sitting around each other and talking, and then Noctis, like, sacrificing himself where, like, all of the 13 magical weapons you had found throughout the game, like, stab into him one by one, by his ancestors, and then, like, he dies, and then it shows, like, him with Luna Freya at the end or whatever, is, like, I'm always a guy who wants a happy ending. Like, I don't like games that end on sad notes, as evidenced by, like, Persona 3 and Tales of Arise for both ends of that spectrum. But, like, that ending about made me tear up a little bit. It was so incredibly well done. It's one of the very few games where, like, a main character dies at the end, and I'm, like, okay with it. I would have preferred if it was a happy ending and Noctis got to, like, live with his friends for the rest of his life, but, like, it was incredibly well done. Like, amazingly well done. It was a really good game. It was a really good game. I really liked it. I got a question mark hat. Does that mean I can become the Riddler? I'm the Riddler now, chat. Riddle me this, Batman. How do I get out of this dungeon? You want me to look if there is? Would that be backseating? Oh, like if there's a way to stop the ice and all? Nah. I never want viewers to tell me, like, how to get through something or how to do something unless I specifically ask. How do you feel about Kingdom Hearts 3? It's my favorite game in the franchise. And that's not including Remind. I loved Kingdom Hearts 3. That game was great. Way too much unnecessary hate. I can understand people being like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't my favorite. That's fine. The people who say Kingdom Hearts 3 is, like, bad, and then they're like, but I love Kingdom Hearts 2, are... They're a little ridiculous. They're a little ridiculous. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 struggled a bit because there were people who built it up in their heads because Kingdom Hearts 2, even though there were, like, 5 other Kingdom Hearts games in between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, just because they weren't, like, main console numbered ones. I think there were a lot of people who built up in their heads that Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to be the greatest video game of all time, perfectly made, like, it would give them everything they ever dreamed of, when there was no earthly way that was ever going to happen. Like, I feel like people built it up so much, and they replayed Kingdom Hearts 2 throughout their life, like, constantly forever, that they, like, made Kingdom Hearts 2 their favorite game, and they thought, well, Kingdom Hearts 3 has to be the best video game ever created in the history of mankind. And when it wasn't literally everything they ever dreamed of in their hopes or whatever, they were like, well, this game sucks, it's the worst ever, and they're wrong. I have nothing against people who like Kingdom Hearts 2 more than Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2 is a great game. But if someone comes to me and they say, like, I love Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is garbage, then I just immediately am like, you know what? Just don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you about Kingdom Hearts ever. Ever. Because I love Kingdom Hearts 3. It's my personal favorite one. Especially after Remind. Ooh, man. Kingdom Hearts 3 was already a great game, but Remind just, like, took it to another level. Like, if I had any doubts that Kingdom Hearts 3 was my favorite Kingdom Hearts game, once Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, all of those doubts went away. Or no, I mean, once Remind came out, all of those thoughts went away. Oh, not the priestess fight again. How dare you cancel me out of Beast? Oh, that's gonna hit all three of us, isn't all four of us. I mean, dang it, dang it, dang it. Get up, get up, get up. Oh my goodness, that stun lasts so long. There we go. I need to use a nurse here. I'm a little lost again, by the way, chat. I'm like a little stuck again. I don't really know where I'm supposed to be going right now. I hit that button. I'm kind of worried that I need to like double back up to like the maze room above me. And if that's the case, I really have no idea where to go. Oh, this goes like all the way through. Interesting. Is there anything else over here? Oh, what's this way? Have I gone this way yet? Lesser Demon. Hello. Yo, these Lesser Demons do, like, have the same... They've got, like, the same color scheme and, like, design as the Summon Demon spell from earlier in the game. That's cute. That's neat. Ifrito! Gladio made me so mad in FF15 when Luna died. Did he? I don't remember. It's been too long since I played. Like, I remember the gist of Final Fantasy 15, but no joke, I got the Platinum Trophy on that game, like, when I did my original playthrough. Hey, Cardinal. I got the Platinum Trophy for FF15 back when I originally played it, like, on release day, and I haven't touched the game since. Not because I think the game is bad, but just because I don't replay games a whole lot. It looks like I'm supposed to, like, find some way to get past here. To get up to that door. I have been through this room before. I don't know what that button did. Oh, this is, like, locked now. Okay. Huh. Man, I really hate this stupid cold thing. This dungeon would be, like, much less aggravating. Oh, what if I, like, undo this button? That sounds like water moved again, like went back up. Let's see what that did. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I feel like this dungeon, like, isn't, like, I don't think it's bad necessarily. It's just really frustrating when I need to, like, look around to figure out where to go next, but there are rooms that if I stand in, I just constantly lose health. Frozen World was taken out, I would have liked it so much more. Oh, in Cage 3, I didn't mind Frozen. It wasn't the best world, but, like, I really don't understand the hate for it, to be honest. I thought it was fine. Like, it wasn't my favorite, but I don't know if, I don't think it would be my least favorite. I think the Big Hero 6 world was my least favorite because it was far less open than all of the other worlds. It was insanely straightforward and felt really short. To me. In the main, I remember talking about this before. Oh, now that this is for, okay. So I didn't know that this had water in the room before. So I think the big button I pressed froze, like the floor button, froze all of the water. But because there wasn't water in here anymore, it wasn't frozen for me to walk over. So if I had walked in here before hitting the button, I would have understood. Then I would have understood it. All right, cool. Oh, thank goodness we might be at the end. Okay, we've actually made it out. This is an all right dungeon. Honestly, my only complaint about this dungeon is that you can get a game over from the ice. I don't mind, like, being hurt walking around the area, because Mint can heal it off easily. She has been. My only complaint is that you can get a game over without realizing it. As long as it, like, if they just changed it to where, like, it left you at 1 HP, I would have no problems with this dungeon whatsoever. I wouldn't mind. Let me catch up with chat real quick before I, go into what I assume is going to be a boss fight. Probably with Celsius? I assume Celsius is going to be in here. If she's even in the game. We've run into, like, every other spirit so far. Have you played the Legend of Heroes RPG series? The Trails series? No, I have not. I've had people ask me to before, but I have not played the Trails of series. No. Didn't like how Kairi was utilized? They could have done better with Kairi. I guess. I don't really care about Kairi all that much. I know there are some people in the Kingdom Hearts fandom that, like, they love Kairi and they want her to be, like, the next, like, big character in the series. I'm personally not on that train. I wouldn't mind if Kairi started getting, like, a lot more spotlight. I wouldn't dislike it. But if she doesn't, I don't really mind. There are so many other characters that I'd be more interested in seeing more stuff with, like, Terra, Aqua, and Ventus, Roxas, Axel. Like, I'd sooner see all of them get some more stuff than I would Kairi, but, you know. The Let It Go song in the Frozen World in Cage was insanely unnecessary. I'll agree with that. But also, like, it's kind of like, you don't have to bother with it, really, and it only happens once, so. But yeah, it was definitely unnecessary. I will agree with that statement for sure. Is there anything? Okay, nope. Straightforward. Mint, hit us with another nurse before we get in here. I assume there's going to be an immediate boss. Oh, hello. I am called Fenrir Beast. Okay, forget all the Celsius stuff. We're fighting literally Fenrir, or like a spawn of Fenrir. This cave of ice is sacrosanct, holy ground. Oh dear, I guess I shouldn't be here, huh? Lord Fenrir's soul rests here, sealed, I wanted to say reeled. Sealed within the core of my sacred blade. Yo, I need that. You shall not have it. I need it. I need it, though. I'm gonna have to kill you over this, dude. Alright, well, let's go. Alright, yeah, this dungeon, again, this was a nice dungeon other than the sudden game over. Let's see if this boss, hopefully this boss isn't like Deus Laser. Oh my word! Help? That was a big, like, 2k damage. Yo, man, hit your boy with some heals. Hit your boy with some heals right now. I gotta try and keep him stun locked until I can be healed. Nope, not fast enough. Heal me, heal me, heal me, heal me. Hello? Oh, that was the most delayed Luna of all time. Give me up, 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 give me up. What is happening to them? Mint, you're gonna need to use Nurse if you ever get a chance. Okay, this fight is a little much. At first I was like, oh, this will be difficult. Now I'm like, oh, this will be a little ridiculous. I gotta know how much HP you have. Okay, he doesn't have a whole lot of HP. He is, like, the amount of damage this dude does is insane. My dude can hit from across the screen and is dealing out like 2,000 damage in a single attack. Still not as bad as the Deus Laser. So far. We'll see. But he's only got 30,000 HP, so like, you know. I think I just gotta get some good crest cycles going to where Clarth and Arch can get off some spells. Do I need to heal? Nah, we're good. Hi. Let's try this again, Fenrir Beast. Every time you die, another timeline is made where Deus wins. Well, I don't care about those timelines. I only care about the timeline I win in. All the other timelines can suck it. Yeah, a Kingdom Hearts game with, like, Kairi as the main character, I'm not against it. Like, I wouldn't hate it or anything. I'm just saying that I don't really, like... I know that there are some people who are like, that's the big thing they want. It's not really something that I'm like, oh, please give me. It's a thing where it's like, oh, it'd be neat. But I'd much rather have a game with, like, Lee and Isa and Roxas. Dude, that attack is insane. I wish it didn't take so long for life bottles to come out. Don't cast Cure on me. Heal me. Heal me. Heal me. Heal me! Don't worry about Arch right now. Dude, that attack is actually, like... At first, I was like, oh, it doesn't seem that bad, but actually, it's so fast, and, like, he does it so instantly. Now I'm actually kind of thinking, like, all right, this is a little bit like the Deus Laser, where he just uses that, and, like, what are you ever supposed to do other than lose? Maybe I can try and try and use the Lightning Tiger Blade move to, like, damage and stun him for a little bit, and then, like, immediately guard, and hope that keeps me alive, and then, like, try and rinse and repeat. If the numbers were a bit lower, this would be an awesome fight. Yeah. It seems like he does just a little too much. If, like, whenever he did 500 damage, if he did, like, 300 instead, it seems like it would be a lot more balanced. Like, the amount of damage he's doing right now is like, oh boy, how do I deal with this? Yeah, I get it. You're Fenrir Beast. I wish I could skip this. Because you can't spam through the dialogue. I hit circle immediately, but it makes me wait until the voice acting is done. Probably need to grind 10 levels? I will quit this game before I grind 10 levels for a boss. Not when I've been beating every other enemy in the game with no problem.